Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be revealing issue 71 of the Nintendo Magazine System Mag, so we'll get straight into it. On the front we can see some nice imagery as well as what's going to be included on the inside. Then on the back there's some advertising there for Banjo-Kazooie, which is pretty cool to see. Again, very nicely illustrated. So what we're going to do now guys is we're going to flip the camera around. We get a bird's eye view, that way you get a better viewing of the magazine as I flick through page by page. So do let us know in the comments what you think, and if you haven't already, do subscribe to the channel. But for now, we're going to conclude this part of the video. Okay guys, so straight into the magazine. We have our table of contents. Looks action-packed. We've got our news now, so all the latest gaming news related to Nintendo. So it's pretty cool. We got some Zelda, Donkey Kong and Mario stuff. Looking at the Game Boy Color, Game City, and a Banjo-Kazooie stuff. You could win a wheel. Now, looks like it's the for an N64. So we have the list of N64 games. So these are all games in development, so it's pretty cool to see. Tells you when they're releasing, if they're out now, who's made the game, competition here as well. We've got the racing wheel for the Nintendo 64 and a few of the games, racing games that's going to be compatible with. So Nintendo Magazine System Awards now. So I'll just run through these, see what we got. So we got Best N64 Game. So there's 3 here. Banjo-Kazooie, Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and Turok 2. Best Hardware, all types. So we've got Game Boy Color, and honorable mentions, the Rumble Pack and Ram Pack. Sexiest Babes, that's a pretty cool award to see. Something like Mortal Kombat, NFL Blitz, even Diddy Kong Racing has a sexy babe apparently. Anyway, moving forward, Best Action Adventure, so GoldenEye 007, don't know if that's action adventure, and Turok 2, Forsaken is an honourable mention, don't know if they're more of a shooter, but sure. Best RPG, Zelda Ocarina of Time. I don't really call that an RPG. Anyway, honourable mentions, Holy Magic Century and Mystical Ninja starring Goemon. Best fighting game, Mortal Kombat 4. Honourable mentions are Fighters Destiny and WCW NWO. Goodest Good Guys. So Link, even Buck from Buck Bumble, Banjo-Kazooie, have a mention there as well. Best races, Diddy Kong Racing, F1 World Grand Prix, and Extreme G2. Best weapons, the Cerebral Brawl. It's probably still one of my favourite weapons to date. Yeah, that was quite a fun and interesting weapon back in the day, where it would bore into your brain and basically kill your opponent with one hit. Moving forward, best multiplayer experience, Diddy Kong Racing. Honourable mentions are Buster Move 3 and Turok 2. Quite a few awards here, so pretty cool. We've got Best Sports Sim, snowboarding, 1080, snowboarding. There we've got honourable mentions for NFL Quarterback 99 and Kobe Bryant, NBA Courtside. We've got Best Flight Game, Buck Bumble. Honourable mentions, Banjo-Kazooie. I have no idea how that's a flight game. Best Flight. Okay, so, and Diddy Kong Racing, yeah, I mean, you could choose a plane. Moving forward, Best Developer, Iguana Interactive. They make quite a few good games in the N64 era of games. Honourable mentions are Nintendo and Rare. Best Sidekick, so got Mumbo, Banjo-Kazooie, the microchip from Space Station Silicon Valley, which is cool to see there. Taj from the Diddy Kong Racing as well. Best Battens there. Michael Schumacher makes an appearance, which is interesting to see. Blink and You Missed It, Wave Race 64. Honourable mentions is Blast Corps and Tetrasphere. Top gadgets, so looking at Mission Impossible and GoldenEye gadgets there. Coolest effect, the Cerebral Brawl mentioned earlier, which was pretty cool. Honourable mentions are Zelda. They're talking about waterfalls. And South Park here, the snowballs. We got best puzzle game, Tetrasphere. Yeah, did have quite a lot of fun with Tetrasphere when I was a lot younger. Wetrix as well, and we got Bust a Move there. We got best platformer, Banjo-Kazooie, Mario 64, and Glover. Most looking forward to, so Donkey Kong 64, Perfect Dark, Revolt, Rogue Squadron, Earthworm Jim, Banjo-Tooie all make mentions there. Things you'd want in real life. Again, there's several more. And Fly Like Kazooie. And then a reset button. We've got Must Try Harder. So Mischief Makers, Olympic Hockey, Aero Fighter Assault. All right, moving forward, we have a preview now for Monaco Grand Prix Racing Sim, Jet Force Gemini, Game Boy Color, Wario Land 2. We've got Game Boy now, Rugrats. Now we have a feature, probably a review now for South Park. It's a very nice captured in-game imagery as well. Lots of information. Got a score here out of 100. So we have basically tells us number of players, whether it's got Rumble Pack support, Controller Pack support, RAM Pack support, and when it's being released. And it looks at sound, graphics, last ability, originality, strategy, challenge, action, and playability. So quite a few points there to look at. Then overall score out of 100, so 91 out of 100 for that one. Got Tonic Trouble, next game reviewed, 90 out of 100. Actually won that game from one of these magazines back in the day. I was pretty happy as a kid when you got not a lot of money. And I did enjoy my time with Tonic Trouble. Pocket Bomberman now is the next reviewed game for Game Boy Color. And we have 73 out of 100 for that one. We've got Prehistoric Man, 74 out of 100 for Game Boy. Top Gear Overdrive for Nintendo 64, 74 out of 100. Didn't quite mind that arcade racing sim. Tetris Fox is 86. Sorry, Titus Fox, my apologies. For Game Boy, 86 out of 100. Game Boy Color now, Sylvester and Tweety, 72 out of 100. We have Game Boy Color. That's the same game there. Next up, we've got a walkthrough for Glover on the N64. Very nice to see. I do like how they've got these images of the maps printed out, and then they've got legends as well of where all the items are. Very nicely detailed player's guide. Doesn't say level boss if there's another part. Okay, moving forward, we have our Tetris 2 Seeds of Evil guide now. So very nicely detailed maps here, again, with legends on where all the items are. Talks about all the weapons, which is cool to see. Definitely lots of detailed maps, very impressive. Next time, so there'll be another part to that in another issue. We've got a trainer's guide now for Pokemon. So we're looking at the Pokedex, I assume, runs through all the Pokemon. So this must be the final part to this Pokemon guide. All right, part 2 now of a Star Shot Space Circus Fever for the Nintendo 64. Do like how they've got the map here of the world, all the level, and then tells you where all the parts are when it's captured with the in-game imagery. So very nice. Got the mailbag section of the magazine. Tips and codes for some games now. Super NES, Game Boy, N64, swap and sell. Back in the day, you'd check this out and see who's selling in your area. Go meet up and swap your games or sell some games. And that concludes the magazine, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel before you leave. Hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike. Once we get to the next milestone, we're doing the next giveaway. So do subscribe, running for that. And we'll catch you next time.